On the news at 7, former governor of Kogi State pleads not guilty to money laundering charges. And stakeholders initiate an ecosystem platform to boost healthcare delivery in Nigeria.
A very good evening. Thank you for joining us on the 7 p.m. news on Nta Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity station. I am Abdullah Hajia with the news. First, let's begin from the presidency, where we learned that President Bola Tinubu is now in Paris on a state visit in honor of an invitation from President Emmanuel Macron. The president is on the trip alongside First Lady Oluremi Tinubu. The presidential 011 airplane landed at the Orly Airport, Paris, at about 10 minutes past 5 p.m. local time this Wednesday. A statement by the presidential advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Nanuga, reveals that the Nigerian leader's three-day visit, which will focus on strengthening political, economic, and cultural relations and establishing more opportunities for partnership, promises significant benefits for Nigeria. President Tinubu and his wife are expected to be received on Thursday at the French Military Museum, Les Invalides de Palais le Lacy. They host President Macron and his spouse, Brigitte, for initial ceremonies that will dovetail into bilateral meetings. The two presidents are also to harmonize positions on stimulating more interest in exchange programs that focus on skill development for youth and improving their competencies in automation, entrepreneurship, innovation, and leadership. Both leaders will witness a session by the France Nigeria Business Council, which oversees private sector participation in economic development. Wife of the host president, Brigitte, and Nigeria's First Lady are also scheduled to discuss the Renewed Hope Initiative and the interest for empowering women, children, and the most vulnerable in Nigeria. Away from that, former governor of Kogi State, Yahya Bello, has been remanded at the FCC custody till December 10, 2024, when the court will deliver a ruling on his bail application. Judiciary correspondent Austin Anyebe reports that this was after his arraignment and argument on his bail before the courts.
After taking plea of not guilty, the former governor was remanded to EFCC custody till December 10, 2024. The former governor was remanded in EFCC custody after he entered a plea of not guilty to a 16-count charge preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission when he was arraigned before the FCT High Court in Abuja. The alleged charge includes misappropriation and misuse of public funds, including acquiring multiple high-value properties in Mitama and Asokoro district for Abuja, the United Arab Emirates, and the United States of America. The funds allegedly misused amount to billions of naira. Yahya Bello and two others are accused of breaching public trust and engaged in dishonest and financial recklessness during his days in office. After taking their plea, the defendants' counsel Joseph Daudu, SAN, moved a bail application which was opposed by the prosecution counsel Kemi Pinheiro, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The defendants' counsel told the court that the accused are entitled to bail, being that they remain innocent until found guilty by the court. But Pinheiro, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, said that the only relevant application before the court was the motion for bail filed on November 22, 2024. The operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have been on the trail of the former governor since 2023 when he left office, until Monday when he submitted himself to the anti-graft agency. From the FCT High Court, Austin Anyebe, NT News.
The Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission (NCPC) has announced the commencement of airlift of intending pilgrims to the Holy Land on 22nd December 2024, the Executive Secretary of the NCPC, Bishop Stephen Adegbite, disclosed this during a meeting of Conference of States, comprising state chairmen and secretaries of Christian Pilgrims Welfare Boards and FCT in Abuja. Bishop Adegbite charged members of the Conference of States to continue to look up to God because their help would come from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He urged them to learn how to serve the people and should know that God, who has called them, will grant them the grace to do what is right. He reiterated that the essence of the meeting was essentially to deliberate on how to move Christian pilgrims forward. Bishop Adegbite applauded President Bola Tinubu for his efforts at ensuring that Nigeria is back on track. He explained that despite the challenges, Nigeria is still moving to the desired destination. He reaffirmed his stance on zero abscondment of pilgrims and zero corruption policy. The chairman of the Conference of States, Bishop David Moradeo, thanked the NCPC boss for the effective leadership he has brought to bear in the commission. Operational activities were disrupted in the early hours of the day at the headquarters of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company after electricity workers staged a protest and picketed the office demanding improved working conditions. Labor correspondent Joseph Osen reports.
The gates of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company locked up and staff hanging outside as electricity workers protest what they call poor working conditions. They are demanding 15 months of standing pension for retirees, confirmation of ad hoc staff, healthcare benefits, and review of electricity rebate to reflect current realities, among other concerns.
They will deduct pension from staff, they will not pay. Many staff have retired, they cannot access their RSA account. Many staff want to collect loan, they cannot access it because for good 15 months they have not paid. Since the inception, stagnation, so people, they have not increased their salary even with 1 naira.
And the management doesn't give me fee to pay their own staff, their rebates. How do they want them to cope? You are charging customers, the staff are helping you to recover your tariff from the customers, but you cannot pay your own staff.
Patiently watching the workers chant solidarity songs and display protest inscriptions is the managing director, Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, Chijoke Oko Okenye. His patience paid as the protesters finally gave him audience.
Let's sit down and let us have firm agreements. And if those agreements are not met, then it becomes justifiable that this thing should happen.
The electricity workers eventually succumbed to give dialogue another chance, but asked for immediate actions or they will suspend their services. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
Talking health now, replicating the healthcare system provided in the developed countries, which makes Nigerians embark on medical tourism, is the essence of the launch of the Concerned Medics Foundation in partnership with the National Hospital Mandate Secretary of City Health Services and Environment Secretariat, Dr. Adedolapo Fashewe says the administration is ready to utilize every platform that will provide well-standard healthcare to its people. Aisha Ubali tells us more.
Many Nigerian trained doctors are set to leave the country, causing deaths in the system. But some of these doctors in the diaspora are realizing the need to support and give back to the society which made them. This informed the initiation of Concerned Medics Foundation, which is partnering the National Hospital. Given that the World Health Organization's recommendation stands at 1 doctor to 600 patients, the practice in Nigeria is 4 to 10,000. making the country fall below WHO standard.
Accessibility to optimum healthcare would increase, the quality of care would increase, and we will get to achieve some of the targets of universal health coverage.
The founder, Dr. Sadia Gumi, says other doctors who are also non-Nigerians are already showing interest, and the program is expected to be sustained, not just a one-off medical outreach, but an all-year-round program.
We go to visit families, they sign up with us and say, oh, I've got 2 weeks, I can come to hospital, and maybe I'm a surgeon, I can do surgeries for you. Have you got any difficult cases?
FCT Mandate Secretary, Health Services and Environment Secretariat, Dr. Adedolakbo Fashawi, speaking alongside the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, see Nigeria and FCT are ready to support the foundation, which seems to be one of its kind.
So we're trying hard. When the permanent secretary was talking, it's not only about the money and safety of being here, it's also about the infrastructure.
Your decision to leave the comfort of your adopted countries and return to Nigeria is a remarkable demonstration of your commitment to our nation's growth.
At the end, the speakers were unanimous in their decision and believe that telemedicine has remained a commendable innovation in medicine, but this new ecosystem platform for healthcare delivery will meet a wider range of patients in the country. Aisha Ubali, NTA News.
From health to security, Commissioner of Police FCT Olatunji Disu has assured residents of maximum security coverage in the nation's capital. The CP gave the assurance while interacting with FCT residents through security check program on Nta Channel 5 Abuja. Call the police. Odirogoro Arutere has more.
The security check program, called the police, was interactive with the topic Information Intelligence and FCT Security. Residents of the territory put across calls informing the CP on happenings and threats to security in their various neighborhoods.
There is something that bothers me in the FCT, pertaining the attitude of some policemen that are controlling traffic lights.
In his response, the guest assured callers that the FCT Police Command under his watch is critically reviewing all crime-fighting models to meet up with the IGP's directive of people-centered policing.
We have termed it the Ember Month. Luckily, we have been able to go through the previous ones. We are now at the final stage. We are entering December. Then we noticed a little bit of spike in this crime and that crime. And we have decided to go it by doing visibility policing. That means coming out, identifying areas where these crimes are prone. For example, I listened to the person who spoke just now. He mentioned one chance. Yes, we have been able to identify areas where we have increase in one chance, where people have been attacked and put away. So we have decided to concentrate on these areas. The divisional police officers have been tasked to come out with their men. We have given them strategies, we have given them what to do, and then it's beginning to give us successes.
CP Duji Disu disclosed that special clearance operations are all going across the nation's capital to clamp down on activities of one-chance robbers, touts, and scavengers. He advised residents to collectively work with the police for security in the territory. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
With the rapidly developing digital world driven by artificial intelligence, AI, experts warn that distinguishing between genuine digital content and digitally curated deepfakes may become increasingly challenging. In this special report, Toyibat Anifo-Oshe examines how individuals can take responsibility in identifying deepfakes.
Deepfakes are artificially created media using artificial intelligence, a technology which experts believe could blur the lines between reality and fiction.
It's not the educated elite that will be in trouble with deepfakes. It's the locals who have relied so much on technology and who have so much trust in technology that they feel that anything they see whether it's in the media, is true.
There's been numerous concerns from some quarters about the damage that deepfakes could pose. A notable case was the deepfake of the Ukrainian president Volodymyr Zelensky, where he supposedly asked Ukrainian forces to surrender to the Russian army. In entertainment, the TikTok account Deep Tom Cruise created deepfakes of actor Tom Cruise, deceiving millions. In the business world, a deepfake was used to impersonate the head of communications at Binance, aiming to deceive representatives of other companies in cryptocurrency transactions. These cases demonstrate the threat that deepfakes pose in terms of security and privacy.
To identify deepfakes, you need to pay close attention to the emotion, to the display of emotion, and to the context of that communication. Is there a mismatch? Is there a mismatch in what the person seems to be saying and how the person's emotional display is representing it? Also check the face. Is the face actually aligned? Does it follow the emotions? Or is the person smiling without the cheeks, adjusting to that smile, or maybe not, frowning? We need to pay close attention to that. That is still something that AI will eventually develop and become hard to distinguish. But for now, we can still achieve that. I'm afraid in the future, you might not have that opportunity to detect deepfakes as easily as that.
Despite concerns about misuse, experts say that deepfakes have numerous positive applications. However, they warn that users should be critical, especially in this digital information era. In Abuja, Toyiba Anifoshe, NTA News.
Let's now turn attention to sports, and our sports desk is standing by.
The Super Falcons of Nigeria face a thrilling challenge against France Les Bleus in an international friendly on November 30th. This match is crucial for both teams as they prepare for the major tournament next year. Nigeria under interim coach Justin Madugu seeks its first ever win over France. The Super Falcons are confident after impressive victories over Algeria in their recent double-header. Meanwhile, Nigeria's men volleyball team dominate Burkina Faso 3-0, 25-10. 25-16, 25-19 at the African Military Games 2024 in Abuja. This victory marked Nigeria's second win at the tournament, with SLT Safia Dikia awarded the most valuable player. The team's impressive performance has boosted their chances of winning the tournament. Lastly, Androva Handball Premier League 2024 resumes on Wednesday in Lagos with 12 male and 10 female teams competing. Toji Marine Academy leads the men's category with 3 points, while Safety tops the women's table with 27 points. The second phase of the league promises to be exciting, with several teams still in contention for the title. With Sports Brief, Wayne Dogo, NTA News.
Thanks for your time with us on the news at 7. I am Abdullah Hajia. Up next is the transmissions. Good evening.
ama agbaje we shaje wo na ya ji bada ya dada ba ku sha bada yi wa na ba shi ba bada wo no press su ba yuba wo wa kwa na ba je gai nge Austin ai be ya na ba je tutu le wa dai nke galuko wada nya nya la o wa ga ge ala je gwamna kokwai gwamna ko ji kiya kokwai ya ya bello sodna EFCC dogwe nyalo ali kupia pia ko balayin nkwabe lenyi ikwana pie wa wo ngaluko wada ya bai da owa aje ba in hwe kwayo agenti ga gwamnati ngage ko la yo uzazahe wata shi batu gwamnati bagbato badagun aje ayesvi a kijijilo ni atete jimpaya babeya inge aza kule che in kijiji epia ko bele yin ko na ipe shibache aba nyaka ye bishop Stephen Adegbete nube da bada desa nungo be sase na zana gban in kizidaye wada bage baku gaci ga shako yi wa baji aza tutun mana pe shi pege ina baki pe nge be lagwa lawo ki tuko da ye bola tinubu rotutu mana waji a jagodu ki igi leyi gwamnati a jago yin shi pege da bishop David nge radayo wala wa lawo nge azana gban gbedo kun yenya rotutu mana ba ji ba shi intuna jegibo Badagun tiga gwamnatin yau lo inge na yin ya sa shi ba shi ba safaya bala lawo bala fita mana la ko vi ya badagun na yin ya sa shi ba shi a ta da shi ba fita bada na shi inge badagun ye la wasu do kiye kiye a shi ba shi ba na gman yana yi na sanaga national hospital yi ba shi ba gita kin shi Aisha ba ali wada inge zanagbaye lo na nyasa atete ba inge doctor Adedolapo Faseri wada inge gwamnati ba su wado bada gudda hai nkwa na ko ba shi afma in bai ko paye bada nasara ayi bada gu na nyasa ashiba shi ayi ze nya wai in tuge kwace azabwa agwa ya san ashiko shibe to koyi ko bai na shige amma ba je ba ja na ba je wasu shafasi wai bina bada sasu
Masu kallo da sauraron mu assalamu alaikum barkanmu da warhaka a takaice ga fassarar labaranmu yau bai karantawa Yusuf Yakubu. An gurfanar da tsohon gwamnan jihar Kogi Yahaya Bello gaban hukumar yaƙi da ta'annati da tattalin arzikin ƙasa wato EFCC wanda za ta ci gaba da tsare shi har ranar 10 ga watan Disamba da kotu za ta ba da damar belinsa. Wakilinmu Austin Ayenebe ya rawaito mana cewa hakan ya faru ne bayan hukumar ta kama shi wanda aka samu takaddama akan yadda belinsa zai kasance. Hukumar aikin ibadar mabiya addinin Kirista ta sanar da tashin jirgin farko na maniyata aiki a ƙasa mai tsarki ranar 22 ga watan Disamba mai zuwa. Babban sakataren hukumar Bishop Stephen Adegbite shi ne ya sanar da haka lokacin taron ƙarawa juna sani na jihohi da shugabannin hukumar na jihohin ƙasar nan da sauran masu ruwa da tsaki na nan birnin tarayyar ƙasa Abuja, inda ya buƙaci mahalarta taron da su ci gaba da yi domin Allah, wanda ya ce taimako zai zo musu daga gare shi. Ya sake jan hankalinsu da su zama masu yin hidima domin Allah, sannan su sani cewa shi da ya sanya su a matsayin jagorori zai taimake su. Ganin yadda hukumomin kiwon lafiya ke bunƙasa a ƙasashen da suka ci gaba a duniya, wanda ya sanya 'yan ƙasar nan ke fita ƙasashen waje neman magani, shi ne yasa aka haɗa wata gidauniyar kiwon lafiya tare da haɗin gwiwar babban asibiti na ƙasa. Wakilin Aisha Uba Ali ta rawaito mana cewa babban sakataren hukumar lafiya ta birnin tarayya Dr. Adedolapo Fashewe ya bayyana cewa hukumar lafiya ta birnin tarayya a shirye take da ta amfana daga gidauniyar da za ta ba da ingantaccen kiwon lafiya ga al'ummar ƙasar nan. To ƙarshen labaran namu ne kenan, sai kuma gobe idan Allah ya kai mu. Allah ya tashe mu lafiya.
nnọọ n'akụkọ ụwa nke taa aha m bụ Rachel Ifi Ono gere akụkọ ụwa n'uju ya. Ụlọikpe ukwu ala anyị dị na Abuja enyefele aka chịbụrụ steeti Kogi Yahaya Bello n'aka ụlọọrụ na-ahụ maka mpụ n'ala anyị EFCC n'aha ịchafụ bekee. Onye ọrụ anyị Austin Ayebe wetara akụkọ na ọ ga-anọ ya bụ ogige ruo abalị 10 nke ọnwa Disemba mgbe a ga-eleba anya n'okwu ya. Ụlọọrụ na-ahụ maka njem ndị otu Kraịst NCPC ejirila obi ọcha kwuo na ya bụ njem pilgrimage ga-amalite n'abalị 22 nke ọnwa Disemba n'afọ abụ afọ 2024. Ọ kwere nghọta na onye odeakwụkwọ na ya bụ ụlọọrụ Stephen Adebite kpughere nke a mgbe ya na ndị isi oche n'ụlọọrụ a sitere na steeti dị iche iche were nzukọ n'isi ala anyị. Ime ka ọnọdụ ahụike ala anyị dị ka nke mba ndị ọzọ dị iche iche bụ nke mere ala anyị abụ Naịjirịa jiri zọpụ ụkwụ njem ịmata etu ha si mee ya bụ ihe mere ha jiri gbapee otu akpọrọ Medics Foundation bụ nke ha na National Hospital jikọrọ aka ọnụ were mee. Aisha Ubali wetara akụkọ na onye odeakwụkwọ n'ihe banyere ahụike n'isi ala anyị Dọkịta Adedolakpo Fasawe kwuru na gọọmenti isi ala anyị adịla njikere ime ihe ọbụla iji kwalite ọnọdụ ahụike na ala anyị ma mee ka ọ bụrụ ịgba. Onye ọma gere m ntị ebe a ka anyị pịachiri nke taa. Ndewo.